guys, Chelsea Stark Jones here with the Little Black Playbook, and today we are going to discuss fantasy news with my personal fantasy guru, Dustin Kerns. So, Dustin, thanks for sitting down with me.
Thanks for having me. I'm feeling good
You
today.
feel good? You feel good?
Yeah.
Some good fantasy vibes coming your way?
6-0 this week.
Well,
6-0.
I won my league.
Nice.
Yeah, blew them out. Everyone was talking about it in the office, actually.
Bet they are.
Who's Khaleesi mover of chains? And I was like, that's me.
I gotta give it to you that I actually think you have the best name I've ever seen for a girl in fantasy football.
You know what? I channel
You
Vegas
really do. I
pretty
really
often.
loved your name.
Yeah,
You
so
told me
I
that.
had to rep my girl.
Game of Thrones repping in fantasy football. It's like bonus points.
Yeah. Next week I play a team has the name. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
That's a good.
Khaleesi mover of chains versus the team has the name.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There you go.
All about it. That merged the two roles.
There you go. There you go.
So let's go ahead and dive in at your top waiver wire picks for week 4.
Waiver wire. Well, two of the guys that I drafted in almost all my leagues that if they're out there, you have to get them immediately. More than likely they're not out there, maybe in a 16 league or an 18 league. But Tevin Coleman and Christine Michael, those are two guys that I've loved since the preseason, and they are balling. Those guys and Marvin Jones helped me go undefeated this week. But more than likely they're gone. So the next target would be Jordan Howard. Now, I picked him up in a lot of leagues last week because he's a rookie and Jeremy Langford's not that good, and I saw this guy starting to emerge and getting a little bit more action. Well, now Langford went down. He's hurt, high ankle sprain, 4 to 6 weeks, gone. This dude's going to take it and run with it. I would go after him very aggressively. I'd spend a lot of your free agent acquisition budget, or if you've got a top waiver priority, get this guy on your team, especially if you need running back help.
Okay, yeah, and another area that I would look at is Oakland, and something that you keep telling me to pay attention. I have Latavius Murray on my roster. He is competing for touches. He had 11 touches last week, and Jalen Richard and DeAndre Washington had 7 each. So that seems to be a little running back battle going on in the Bay.
I want no part of it. I would get rid of any of those guys. If you're a running back committee, I don't want any part of you.
You don't think? No.
I want guys getting 15, 20 touches a game. I don't care if he's good or not. If you're going to give me a guy who's getting the ball 20 times, I'll take that guy over. I think Latavius Murray is very talented, but just like you said, these other guys are very talented too, and there's just too much going on there. If I had Latavius Murray, I'd be looking to trade him.
Trade?
Oh, I'd get him off my team if I could.
Ooh.
If I could get any value for Latavius Murray and Spencer Ware and D'Angelo Williams, I mean they've hit their peak. They're going down. They're going down. Yeah.
Those are my 2 running backs.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
We need a clean house. I don't want to let go.
Yeah.
Don't want to let go.
Yeah.
Well, someone else that I like too is Dwayne Washington. I mentioned him last week with the Lions. With Amir Abdullah still out, he will be getting double-digit touches, like you mentioned. They have the Bears and the Eagles coming up, so look to add him if he's available, which he most likely will be. Okay, well then let's go ahead and move over to the wide receiver position. You mentioned Marvin Jones out there.
Beast.
Pick him up. He has become Matt Stafford's #1 receiver out in Detroit.
I would take him over so many people right now. He's literally, at worst, top 10 wide receiver for me going forward. I'm a Lions fan. I've seen the way Stafford.
In a Rams hat.
I gotta represent LA now. Come on now.
I'm just saying.
Alright, you got me there. I'll take a sip on that.
Yeah.
But Marvin Jones, honestly, like this week, it just finally happened because the first 2 weeks he was getting the targets, Stafford was going for him, and it just didn't quite blow up like this week, but this was going to happen, and I think it's going to continue to happen. I would literally, if I had Julio Jones and someone offered me Marvin Jones for him and like a good quality running back, I would probably do that deal. Fuck, I might even do Marvin Jones and Jordan Howard.
Wow.
That's how, yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, well what about someone that's a more multi-purpose wide receiver with Terrell Pryor? He's doing it all out there in Cleveland.
That's another guy
Yeah.
I say you go all in on. I mean, I think Jordan Howard and Terrell Pryor, I think you get about 5 guys a year where it's like, this is a guy I need to really go after, use my #1 waiver priority or spend a bunch of my budget. These are the 2 guys because Terrell Pryor, contrary to running back where all these random guys pop throughout the year, wide receiver kind of, it's pretty much what it is. There may be a guy or two that pops throughout the year. Keenan Allen got hurt, so Tyrell Williams is doing good, stuff like that. But Terrell Pryor, every week he's had a bunch of targets. He's looked good. And then now this week, now that they're on their third string quarterback, they're putting him in at quarterback, and he's running the ball, and he's getting 14 targets, 8 catches, 144 yards. Like, this guy, as a wide receiver, if you can get QB production out of that slot on your roster, that's a championship winning type of move. So go after that guy. Get him in your lineups.
Yeah, someone else that I also like is Jamison Crowder out there in Washington. He has 25 targets, which is tied for the team high. What, you don't like? No?
I don't.
If
I don't.
he's out there,
But go.
he's one of the better guys out there.
Hey.
You're going to pick up Jamison Crowder?
If you like him, it makes me like him. But I don't.
Oh, God.
I think there's too many mouths to feed
in
in Washington. I think I agree with you on your targets. You're right. You got your targets. He reminds me of that guy for the Jets, that Akawaki Durka dude.
Quincy Inwana?
That guy. It's like, in the Jets, they've got Marshall, they've got Decker, they got Forte, and there's this guy who's getting a lot of targets, but it's like, there's only so many touchdowns to go around. Fitzpatrick's not throwing 4 touchdowns a game. And then same thing with the other guys. So you got Garcon, you got Deshaun Jackson, you got Jordan Reed. I mean, he's looked good. You're right.
If he's available, I say take him if there's not any other better options out there. But someone at the tight end position that we have not been talking about a lot lately, and that's Jimmy Graham. He had a 100-yard game Sunday and a touchdown.
He looked good. Yeah. He was winning jump balls.
He looked like the Jimmy Graham of before.
I mean, a lot of leagues he's not out there, but if he's out there, there's some people that dropped him. I actually had to clear some space, and I dropped Kobe Fleener right before last night's game, and he went off. So, I mean, there's people who got frustrated with Jimmy Graham, just like I did with Fleener, and they dropped him. And so he could be out there. If he's out there, I would go get him.
Okay, and the last tight end that I want to touch on is Kyle Rudolph out there in Minnesota. Sam Bradford has been playing exceptionally well, and the Vikings are 3-0 already to start the season. Rudolph is his number 2 go-to behind Stephon Diggs, so that would be a great pickup at the tight end position if he's out there.
I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Last, Carson Wentz, Pennsylvania. It's an Eagles
Whoever came up with that one, jeez.
Eagles state now because Carson Wentz.
Internet.
What's good about him is he hasn't turned the ball over either. So
he's a beast. He's like Ben Roethlisberger, but I mean, quarterback is such an irrelevant position to me. I don't know that you roster 2 quarterbacks. The only time I'm using Carson Wentz, picking him up for me, is if I'm in a dynasty league, because the guy looks great. I mean, he looks like he could be a future star. So I might pick him up, stash him, so I have him for next year. Or if I have a player on bye. Like, Carson Wentz is a great target if you have Drew Brees as your quarterback, because in week 5, Drew Brees is on bye, and Carson Wentz plays my Lions. And our defense has not been too good.
Okay, well, let's take a step back away from the waiver wire and talk about some players that have been underperforming so far this season. Just rapid fire. Tell me, do I bench him? Do I drop him? Do I trade him? What do I do with these guys? First off, Julio Jones.
Drop him.
Drop him.
Get him off your roster. Get out of here. 1 catch, 16 yards. Get out of here, buddy. No. Julio Jones is a beast. He'll be fine. That being said, do I think he will live up to his top 3 pick value? I don't know now, because the Falcons' run game, they've got Devontae Freeman, they've got Tevin Coleman, my boy, who's been balling. So I don't know that they have to throw the ball as much as they used to, because they can ground you and pound you all game. So I still think he's a top 10 wide receiver. Top 3, maybe not.
Okay, Randall Cobb out in Green Bay.
Done.
Drop? Okay.
I mean, no, drop him.
Bench him?
But yeah, I don't think I'd start him until I see him do something.
Okay. Golden Tate. He is now the number 2 receiver out there in Detroit because of Marvin.
And I want to say that in all my leagues that I did get Marvin Jones, I drafted him over Golden Tate. Not a guru move. Golden Tate, I don't know. I think he'll have some decent weeks, but I think he's going to be inconsistent. I don't think you can start him right now.
Okay, and lastly, Tyler Lockett out there in Seattle. Russell Wilson's a little bit again now with that MCL.
Yeah, that's another guy that's super just inconsistent. You can't play him. He is borderline droppable.
All right, well, thank you, Dustin, so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. You spreading your guru fantasy knowledge to all of us out there who really need it. So thank you. It's much appreciated. And you guys, check out my Twitter handle as there's going to be so much fantasy updates throughout the week. I will be updating you, and also check into the website because there's going to be a lot of content coming in this week as well. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the gumbo recipe from last night as well. So thanks, guys.
No, I've never tried the gumbo.
Oh, you never tried the gumbo? There's some left over. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
well,
that's a win.
yeah, that's a win. So hopefully you guys will win in fantasy this week as well. We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye bye.